Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girly girls.
Okay, everybody walk to the baseline up. Don't waste your time on talking. Please don't play my song. Focus on the way I'm walking. You can't get enough.
Hello everybody, this is Relax. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be showing you how I make my shadows in Alight Motion for my edits. Right now I'm going to show you guys basically how a lot of people make their shadows. They duplicate the layer and then they go into the transform menu and then skew the layer around until it fits underneath their character. Now I'm going to let you guys know that's not very efficient and sometimes it looks like crap. So this is not how we're going to do it. We're going to use a different effect that specifically helps you flip the layer. So let's get on to the process. I'm going to show you guys the preset. So this is the shadow preset that I use, that I've made. And as you can see, once we apply it to the video, it automatically has that background shadow going on. We're just going to have to move it into position. And if it's scaled a little bit weird or anything, you can always go into the transform menu and fix the scaling. So right now, as you can see, this is my avatar on top of the shadow. The shadow is right underneath her. And when I press play, the shadow moves with her and all of that. I had the opacity up all the way here because I wanted you guys to see the shadow, but you also would just bring the opacity down in the menu. So to do this, you're going to duplicate the main dance video, and then on the video which is underneath, you're going to click that. Then click on the effects where we had all the effects that we put on here. And the two effects that I told you to put onto your video but have them hidden, the Gaussian blur and solid color, you're going to unhide those two effects. Once you do that, your character should have like a color on them and then a little bit of a blur around them. So this is the look that we're looking for. And then we're going to add another effect to this, and we're going to add a new effect to this layer, and you're going to go to the effects menu again and just go to search and type in flip layer. Click standard settings. Alright, so now flip layer on. You're not going to have an immediate change to your layer, but you're going to need to use these values in the edit menu to flip it underneath your character. So for the axis, we're going to put that at 90. Just put the axis at 90. That way you can flip it frontward or backwards. And then where it says angle, we're going to utilize that and manipulate that so that we can get our character angled the way that we want. Now your character is going to be underneath you. I wouldn't recommend doing it at a 90-degree angle because then you won't get the actual shadow. I would recommend like a negative 70-degree angle. And also if you want to do a flip forward, you can just make that a positive 70 and then your character will have a shadow in front of you. But this is just for the behind shadow. Now with that added, you can play the video just to make sure that everything looks good and that everything's lined up. Now that everything is all lined up, I'm going to just try and fix the shadow a little bit. It's a little bit too wide. I'm going to make the width smaller and the height a little bit smaller as well. And it just really depends on the background, how you want the shadow to be placed. If you want it to be longer, you can do that. If it's a background that has like a flat floor, but this is like a ground, so the shadow shouldn't be going too far. I try to base my shadows and lighting and everything off of realism, so. But you're just going to take the time to position that shadow underneath your character. And it might be a little bit tedious, but it really doesn't take more than like 10 minutes, y'all. Like it's not that bad. I mean, at the most it would take 10 minutes. That's on a really bad day. And when you're done making those adjustments, I would recommend trying to utilize the move and transform menu to fix the shadow so that it's perfectly placed underneath your avatar. So here we are. We're going to just click on this in the color and fill menu, and this just kind of like blocks out the background so you can see the shadow better. And I just use this so I can make sure that the shadow looks like it's placed perfectly. Now, as we can see at the end, it's not. Her feet aren't like where they need to be. So I'm going to use this to just make sure that I can get that perfectly before we go back to the main video. When you're done, click on the background photo again, and then click on the color and fill button and click the button all the way to the right. Now we're just going to bring the opacity of the shadow down to about like 60 something so that it's, you know, more realistic. Okay, and lastly, we're going to save this as a preset onto our phone so that you don't have to do this for the shadow every time. So we're going to do the same thing, click that button next to the play button and then click the save preset button. Now rename that as Relax Shadow. And once you have that saved to your phone as a preset, you will always be able to use that shadow. So let's go try it in this project. I'm going to click the video of my character and duplicate the layer. And the layer that's underneath, I'm going to click on that one and click preset and click the Relax Shadow preset. The shadow is going to appear in the middle of the screen and we're just going to have to drag that to where we want it placed in the video. Of course, if it's not where you want it to be, you can transform it. You can make it less wide or less tall. And whenever you're satisfied with that, you should be good to go. And here's how your shadow should look after applying the preset into the new video and, you know, fixing it and everything like that. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys. Next week's video will be covering how to do the lighting on top of your character and behind your character in Alight Motion. So stay tuned. Bye!